You see, the Prime Minister has asked the country, all this caution when the last election results declared. Now, if after everything is over, now public should use trains, now public should use public transport, now public should work from home. All this after, shouldn't the country be told about this? Maybe 6 months back? Didn't he know all of this before the election? He knew, but he didn't tell you. Why? Because it could affect his elections. Do you know the amount of cars that travels with him when he travels? The plane, the car, the amount of fuel that is used when the Prime Minister travels? Shouldn't the Prime Minister say that, listen, I will start. I am the first citizen. I will start. Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Work from home. Skip foreign trude if not necessary. These are things that Modi mentioned in a rally yesterday. He was talking about us being self-sufficient, especially during a global crisis. What he was talking about is the problem in West Asia, which all of us are aware of, especially Iran and around the Strait of Hormuz. He said, listen, you know what? If we have to survive, if we have to tide through this, we have to be disciplined. Is he wrong? No, he is not. He is absolutely correct. Because not just India, a lot of other countries in the world are now tightening their belt. A lot of countries in the world are getting disciplined so that they can handle the possible crisis that one sees in front of us. All this is very fine. Now let us understand few things that Modi mentioned, and then we will do the analysis. The first thing Modi said is, he said, use metro whenever possible. Metros are available. Use carpooling to go to places, and use railway if you have to transport goods. All of this will reduce dependency on petrol and diesel and thereby cut the dependency on foreign currency. He said that we have developed work from home, virtual meetings, video conferencing, and many other methods during Corona. We got habituated to it. The need of the hour is to resume these methods. He went on to say that growing culture of wedding abroad, traveling abroad, and vacationing abroad is becoming prevalent amongst the middle class. We must decide that during this time of crisis, we should postpone traveling abroad for at least a year. He urged people to refrain from practice of buying gold during festivals for a year. Acha, since we are on the topic of gold, 2013, P. Chidambaram, who was then the finance minister, had made a similar request to the people of this country. He had asked people not to buy gold.
Suppose we stop gold imports, not stop in the government stopping it. Suppose the people of India don't demand gold and we don't have to import gold for 1 year. Just imagine, for 1 year. The whole situation will so dramatically change.
And during that time, our good Prime Minister, then the Chief Minister of Gujarat, had said this.
अब ये दिल्ली की सरकार, माताएं बहनें, आपका मंगल सूत्र छीनने के लिए तैयार बैठी है। ये गरीबी के लिए, महंगाई के लिए, ये दिल्ली के नेता कैसी भाषा बोलते हैं। हमारे देश के वित्त मंत्री ने ये कहा कि आर्थिक संकट इसलिए पैदा हुआ है कि लोग सोना खरीदते हैं। बताइए, आपके गले उतरता है भाई? आज देखिए, अभी हमारे देश के वित्त मंत्री ने एक बयान दे दिया। उन्होंने कहा कि रुपये की कीमत के संबंध में मोदी जी सही बात नहीं बता रहे हैं। श्रीमान चिदम्बरम जी, हम तो आपके जितने विद्वान नहीं हैं। हम तो चाय बेचते बेचते यहां आए हैं। हम गरीब मां की कोख से पैदा हुए हैं। लेकिन चिदम्बरम साहब, आप तो कम से कम देश की जनता को जरा सच बताइए.
You see, while all this is politics, I still tell you there should be some restraint in buying gold because that is spending our foreign currency, and this particular point in time, foreign exchange is very important to India. So I agree to what Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, but somewhere down the line, I just wanted to remind you that Chief Minister Narendra Modi had said this. That's the only reason why I showed this clipping. The PM also asked people to reduce the use of cooking oil. He said, I have been saying reduce the use of cooking oil by 10%. This will not just help the nation during these times, but also improve the health of your family. He went on to say, make a list of things which you use daily and find out what is foreign. This does not mean that people should throw away foreign goods, he said, but efforts should be to build self-reliance as soon as possible. He said he has raised vocal for local slogan during COVID-19 pandemic too. All of what he said is correct. There is no question about it. I'll tell you why. You see, India's foreign reserves are around 690.69 billion, according to data compiled by Trade Economics. Now, RBI data shows reserves rising close to 720 billion in February, but it slipped back to around 691 billion in April as global uncertainty intensified. At the same time, International Monetary Fund has projected India's current economic deficit could widen to around 84.5 billion in 2026, roughly 2% of the GDP. A widening current account deficit means one thing, more dollars going out than coming in. So, if you look at some figures, total import bill in financial year 2026 has been $775 billion. 4 commodities alone cost $240 billion. That is crude oil, $134.7 billion, gold, $72 billion, vegetable oil, $19.5 billion, and fertilizers, $14.5 billion. Now you know why the Prime Minister asked us to control crude oil, control gold, buying of gold, control vegetable oils, and of course, fertilizer is something that we cannot do much of control on. So, that is why he said the top 4 items that we spend maximum money on as far as foreign exchange is concerned, control those top 4 items. So, this is what he said. All good. Till now, everything correct. Now, let us start some analysis bit. You see, the Prime Minister has asked the country, all this caution when the last election results declared. Shouldn't the country be told about this maybe 6 months back? Shouldn't these decisions had been taken 6 months back? And when you say, please don't use private vehicles, please don't burn oil, wasn't the same instruction? Shouldn't the same instruction been given to all those rally guys who would go and promote political parties, including his own? Why? Those vehicles do not use oil. Those vehicles do not use petrol or diesel. Those vehicles fly on oxygen. So then the Prime Minister didn't speak because his party or possibly political parties wanted to use the vehicles. Now, if after everything is over, now public should use trains. Now public should use public transport. Now public should work from home. All this after. You see, the same point, same thing had happened during COVID also. When did the lockdown start? Right after Delhi election. During Delhi elections, everything was fine. Right after Delhi elections, lockdown start. Why is it that the people have to suffer and the politicians take decisions according to their convenience, not national convenience? Isn't that a point? The amount of vehicles that were used for elections. Can you imagine the kind of petrol that these vehicles must have, or petrol or diesel that these vehicles must have used? Point number 1. Okay. Point number 2. Prime Minister told you don't travel abroad unnecessarily. Hey, what are you talking about? Now even middle class travels. See, upper class can travel. Upper class, paisa, travel. Middle class also is not traveling. So don't travel, is what the Prime Minister says. Like I said, he's not wrong, he's right. But pray tell me, he's traveling. He's going to five nations, namely UAE, Sweden, Netherlands, Norway, Italy. He's going to five nations. Now, a lot of people, and I too, will say that, listen, he's the Prime Minister of India. He needs to travel because he needs to look after our foreign relationships. He needs to look after trade. Travel is important, especially around this time. Yeah. The fact remains that he travels. He travels a lot. But does it really help our economy? Does it really help India? Is he accountable? Does he travel abroad, come back to India, hold a press conference and tell you that, listen, this is what I did, this is where I went, and this is what the result was? Because if he tells you that, then you know that he has done it. Here, maybe after 5 years, we realize that possibly nothing has been done. We realized it, no? After Sindoor, our clout, our influence across the globe, we realized it, right? The point is the Prime Minister has to travel, and one can't compare, one can't be, saying that, because you travel embargo, so or restriction on travel, so Prime Minister, all that nobody says. The point that one is trying to say is, end of the day, if the Prime Minister is traveling, let him be accountable to the people. Let him come back and tell us, at least have one press conference to tell, like most of the other Prime Ministers do, have one press conference once he comes back and says that, listen, this is what I achieved, or this is what I couldn't achieve. Is that fair? Would that be fine? Secondly, coming back to this travel bit, you see, you know what is important? We are a democracy. We are not a monarchy where the king does anything he wants and the poor citizens, the subjects, have to bear all the brunt. The Prime Minister is going all over the place. He's today in Somnath temple. He's traveling. Do you know the amount of cars that travels with him when he travels? The plane, the car, the amount of fuel that is used when the Prime Minister travels? Shouldn't the Prime Minister say that, listen, I will start. I am the first citizen. I will start by ensuring that I curtail my unnecessary travels. And I would expect you also to do it. Wouldn't that be a better way to kind of act? This is some facts that the Prime Minister should consider before, he goes and commands the entire country that, thali bajao. Remember what happened before, or gives, say, stop buying gold, stop buying oil and stop traveling and all that. He should also consider that, the charity should begin at home. He should start it first. While I again say that whatever he said is not wrong. It is right. Our country should do it. We should do it. We should be disciplined. We should be ready to face an economic crisis that we could be facing in a couple of months. We should be ready for that. That's at my last point. My last point is all this, what he said after the elections. Didn't he know all of this before the election? He knew, but he didn't tell you. Why? Because it could affect his elections. Which means he hedged the fact from us because there was an election that the Prime Minister wanted to fight. These facts were hidden from us. Because otherwise, 6 months back, he should have said, listen, we are going to face a crisis. That crisis is not created by him. He could have said that we are going to face a crisis. We don't have the kind of the global clout to ensure that we see ourselves through this crisis. So we have to doubly make sure that we are ready for this and all of that. This should have been told to us 6 months back. We waited for the election to get over. Now, for a lot of people are writing about it. It's not that I am saying this for the first time. A lot of people are writing about it. But imagine, a lot of people are writing about it as if it is normal. Or maybe it is the new normal. Maybe we are used to it. कि नहीं बताएगा, वो सब होने के बाद, election होने के बाद बताएगा कि price बढ़ेगा, वो बढ़ेगा, ये बढ़ेगा. Is that fair? Is that fair practice? Is governance and election the same? Is the government and a political party the same? What happens when the government, and especially the head of the government, starts behaving like a political party? Isn't that what's happening when a Prime Minister talks about all the problems right after the election and says nothing before the elections? Think about it. These are the points that I wanted to get to your notice, and till I see you next time with another topic tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.